Hello everyone and welcome to Day Job. I am your host, Code Marvelous, and today we are going to be taking another Max variant. I'm fully down the rabbit hole on Max. Just waiting for by any means to be automated so I can start testing a new Clanarch build. Yeah, this is a deck that did pretty good at Worlds. It's different than my Bagat base build, and Balder just shorted out my sound again. How's it going, James? Hopefully there isn't a 3-2 down. Yeah, this is different than the style of build I normally play. The style of build that I normally play has Magnum Opus. Alright. Let's draw. Let's get that down and let's pitch a paperclip. Luckily, Maw says the corp trashes. We don't trash it. So we'll let the trace fire. All these traces that we can just let fire. Thank you. And we just keep destroying the hand. That was a kind of a bold play. They were expecting, probably since we're a max deck, that we would not be playing Hunting Grounds. I don't think we're gonna get boomed here. Walter, you're all full of static. You can't get my lap. You can't get my lap right now because you keep shorting out my headphones. All we do is we destroy hands. Just destroying that hand over and over again. Walter, stop. I mean, this deck has 2 clots in it. I mean, I think we lost here. But such is life. I mean, I think Criminal's going to get some cards that's going to help with that. Definitely. I don't think Criminals are going to be in, like, the Badlands for too much longer. Actually, this is stupid. Yep, and that's game. I made a pretty big mistake there. But yeah, I don't know. While we're waiting, I want to go over this again. March 17th, 2018. ANRPC Charity Event 2. We've already got about 30 people signed up. Come play some Netrunner for a good cause. It benefits Child's Play, a charity that donates video games and video gaming consoles to children who live full-time in the hospital as part of their treatment. It's a really good cause. And it's going to be up in Red Cap's Corner in Philadelphia. Really wonderful gaming store and a really great venue. It's where Philly Regionals is every year. We're going to have a ton of fan alt art prizes from across the community. Sanjay and I will be hosting, and I will be streaming, so come check it out. So let's go back to the deck for a second. It's not a ruling. That's how the two cards work. It's not being installed, so you circumvent the installed clause, which is why if you used it on the Fem, you don't get a Fem counter. I actually don't think it's that good since only Apex can play Assimilator. This is a bad hand. We're going to mulligan it. I'm a pretty big fan of the Magnum Max build that I've been running. It's what I took to the Store Championship just because it feels very consistent. Yeah, you know what's coming. Just let it happen. Gotta stay out of Stinson range, kids. Ooh, public support. Interesting. Some archers in our future, maybe? Or some sacrifices. Balder, you can't get my lap. You're just covered in static. Just get some counters on the turtle. Max is so good. So hot right now, like Hansel. I think it's really interesting because her ID illustration, her hair, and like her styling is slightly different than how she appears on most other cards, which is kind of cool. I appreciate when you have unique art. Macrophage. Yeah, we're not letting that fire. Hey, at least we got an agenda for our troubles. We definitely want the David. We may want the retrieval run. I don't think we're going to need the hacktivist meeting. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to be idiots. Now is the time for them to purge, I would imagine. Happy New Year, Dagomir. Oh, I came in third at the Store Championship. I got my sweet smoke playmat. It has twice the smoke on it, double the value. Where the hell's Maw? let's draw. Hey, ask and ye shall receive. This deck is really interesting. No, I did not switch to Jinteki the night before. I played Asa. Went 2-1 with Asa. Fast advance. Ooh, exciting. Alright. We've got the cash. I've done the math. Let's do it. We have a spoon in here somewhere. Tapworm's really good in basically every deck. I'll just jack out on that. Thanks for spending all that money, though. Did all of our SMCs end up in the bin? Not SMCs, same old things. 2 of them did. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to try to get both Davids down and then break this macrophage with Spooned. That feels pretty okay, actually. Neat. Alright, so let's go R&D. And next turn we'll go ham on Liberated. I want to get the knifed to... Oh, fuck, I should have pitched that. Oh well. Man, David is also a very good card. Let's hit HQ. Oh, that was stupid. It's pitch Clippy. Pay attention to your opponent's board state too if you want to win at Netrunner. One thing that's kind of weird about this deck is it has no native multi-access. Okay. So let's hit that. And then let's Stamherk in there. Only the first fires. Burning through our cash. Welp. Let's go R&D and see if we can end this right now. And we can. Sometimes you get a luck sack win. How was everybody's new year? I hope it was good. I spent most of it playing Stardew Valley, Splatoon, and Darkest Dungeon. Oh, and some PUBG. which I am horrifically bad at playing. Like, so bad am I at playing PUBG. Alright, let me think and actually space out my turns the way that I'm supposed to. Give me 1 second. Okay, so let's see what happened on the flip. Alright, so let's get that down. Let's draw once. Let's get that down. And let's draw again. And then we'll pitch MK Ultra. I like Asa. It feels very much so like my old NEH deck, where when it works, it's just like a rocket ship, and then when it doesn't work, it blows up all over the launch pad, and people just like pick agendas out of your bleeding centrals while you draw tools in the wrong order. I don't know if any of that made sense. Some of these builds play Arc Lockdown, so we're going to hold on to Papel Clip. And we're not going to install a turtle until we see if they're on Chiashis. Get that money. I mean, you already purged last turn. You might as well purge this turn. Hey, On. Welcome, welcome. Happy New Year. Oh, yeah. Use the IPO. I love it when you use the IPO. Alright, let's do Hacktivist meeting. Do we have a block? We still just need a Blorchestra in the bin. We'll pitch it. I ain't no coward. Hacktivist for best Anarch current, now that there's no rumor mill. I think one of the things that's neat about this deck, even versus the Magnum Opus deck, which has a lot of duplicates, this deck is just like everything you draw is great. Baldur, you're so staticky, you can't get on me. You keep shorting out my headphones. I'm sorry, man. Alright, so both Tapworms are in the trash now. Stop. Like, I need to put, like, cocoa butter on my cat, because he's so dry. He's just, like, arcing sparks off of him. Yeah, show me what you got. Show me what you're working with. Oh, you got a lot of really nice stuff in there. Alright, Is there a Blorchestra in the bin yet? There is. Okay. Ooh, neat. Piece of candy. Let's go into HQ and see what's going on. I'm gonna bet 0. Victory. That feels pretty good. Let's go here, just in case it's a combine you. Yeah, get all that out of there. Thank you. Hey, you know, you can celebrity gift soon. And when that happens, I'm gonna get a brand new tapeworm down just for you. These stim hacks are just like pure remote pressure. Is knifed in the bin? Knifed is in the bin. Okay. So we'll probably water stop. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play knifed on HQ. We're gonna get rid of that Chiashi. Feels good. And we get the Philotic value. David is such a good card. I really like this deck a lot. It's harder to play than the Magnum Max deck, but I think it's strong. Alright, so our opponent is starting to wise up. We're still going to try for the retrieval run. Ta-da! That's fine. Things are interesting. This deck is very good. The no true multi-axis is a little weird, but I need to see what this HQ ice is. Going deep. All right, let's go HQ. Tethonium. Bang, bang, bang. Knife it. Yeah, we'll take that. The cutlery is really interesting in this build. Now, since we have so many things that lead to the corp basically taking turns off, there probably is a future perfect in the bin. Because now I've put them in the situation where it's like, I score that Nisei, or do I leave a completely exposed HQ? Yeah. Alright, let's put this down. Oh, we got a Tapworm on it. Alright, well. Let's go HQ. That Fem being on there means I can bring it out as part of a stim hack. Oh, right. Why would I draw? And there's the concession. This deck's really neat, huh? Yeah, I mean, Fem was the only card left on my deck. Thank you, Thomas. I am tired. I need to update this list for this month, but I'm going to take this opportunity to thank everyone who supports me at the shoutout level or higher. Without their help, this channel would not be possible in the way that it is. Things like my tournament streams are only possible because people support and help me pay for hotspot data and equipment upgrades, like my lighting rig that I use down here while I stream, my cameras, and all of the USB like splitters and things that I need in order to make the channel go. If you'd like to support the channel, take a look at the links in the show notes below and consider giving a one-time donation or becoming a patron and getting some sweet rewards. While we're waiting, let's take a look at the deck. Man, I really like Max a lot. She's a lot of fun to play. Once by any means is automated, I will be working on a Clanarch deck that tries to trash like 9 of your cards at a time. But I'm not gonna on stream manually do by any means and like walk my opponent through them pulling 11 cards off of their R&D without looking at them. Come on, opponent. So I think one of the things that I enjoy the most about this deck is the Davids. Davids are super, super duper good. They make cutlery a lot better. because a lot of the ice that you want to use cutlery on are above 5 strength anyway. So it makes it a much better exchange to play for, to break them, than whatever it would be normally, right? Like toll booth as an example, being 3 for the encounter, 0 if you have hunting grounds down, plus 1 counter out of 3. So let's say that's about, let's call it, round up and call it 2 credits for the David install. So either 5 or 2 credits to get rid of toll booth is much better than 6 with Black Orchestra plus the encounter. 6 or 9, right? Makes it a much better exchange. And the best reason to play Max is that you're, you know, you're playing Dredge. Your heap becomes an extension of your hand. All right, come on. Where are our opponents? The other thing that I kind of really like is that since Max has a lot of turns where you take turns off and like you hit Liberated, or like you're drawing to make sure that you don't lose a specific piece, Tapworm plays into that similarly to the way my Smoke wants to play, where the Tapworm says, okay, you could take 2 turns getting rid of this to allow me to stabilize. You know, so either they're giving you the stabilization or they're giving you the money drip, and either one is fine. Because if you don't get all of your pieces the way that you want them, but you have more money, that often can, you know, that often makes up for it. I also appreciate that this basically has like no frills. You know, it's got its important parts, and then it just does what it wants to do. It's not mucking about with Ice Carver or Bagat. Now, I think this Worlds deck was specifically geared towards like a murder, like expecting to see some murder. So I think that's why the Yorogniev Mercs are in there. If you're not in a meta where you're worried about getting like really badly boomed, I think you could maybe like cut those and put like a couple of Bagats in, or like a Bagat and an Ice Carver, but again, that's completely meta dependent. I like the Clot against, again, I feel like the Clot was specifically for the CI matchup, right? This deck feels very hedged against the Worlds meta. Balder, your tail, you're like arcing sparks off of yourself onto my computer. Balder is just sitting next to me on the floor, and like static sparks are jumping off of him onto my computer case because he's so dry, even though I brushed you. Man, no opponents. What is going on today? I think people think because I have a spectator that the game's already over. Man, I think this is the longest we've ever had to wait. Like, we've been here for like 4 minutes waiting for an opponent. So, going back to the charity tournament, it's 3/17/2018, so it's about 3 months from now. It's going to be up in Philly at Redcap's Corner, one of the finest venues for play and Netrunner tournaments I've ever been to. Come hang out. $15 entry plus voluntary donations will get you additional raffle tickets. It's going to be a pretty nice event. Yeah. It's exciting. It's going to be a Saturday. Right now we've got about a little over 30 who have signed up to come. So we're going to keep hyping it, and hopefully it'll be a nice event. Balder, stop. Oh my god, this is getting out of control. There we go. Thomas coming through. Like, waiting like 10 minutes of stream time for an opponent. Alright, this is a bad hand. We're going to mulligan it. That's a way better hand. If this is what I think it is, he's on a punitive deck. So I want him to spend money. That's a brainstorm, we're fucked. Oh, thank God. Gotta watch out for those wild brainstorms. Let's draw. Let's draw. Not worried about that. Not worried about that. We've really got to watch out for is we got to watch out for the brainstorm, which I know that this deck runs. All right, we can ditch the Fem. We can ditch one of the SMCs, or same old thing. It doesn't really matter how much money we have because this deck is on reuse. Oh, it's not the deck. Okay. Alright, so let's drop that. Let's run archives. And then let's put Tapworms down. I'd like to draw into a hacktivist meeting. That would be nice. Still no Black Orchestra in the bin. This scarcity is going to oppress the shit out of us. See, I just talked about Urogniev being a conditional card, but I now have additional protection if this is still a punitive deck. Now, of course, he has to weigh the fact that if he does have like a wild brainstorm running around somewhere, he can res it. I think this is the Wilfy deck, right? Yeah, I feel like this feels like Wilfy CI to me. Ruse and no shin. Whew. There's the punitive. We'll hold our last. I've had worse. This is exciting. Turns out, I've got Slavic bodyguards. Yerogniev. That's why you always make sure your turtle is on 2 counters, kids. Well, that's basically game. Is forked in the bin? Do we even have a forked? We don't. We don't have a forked, so... Max is so good. I mean, we gotta. It stinks real bad, but we gotta do it. Cuts me deep. Is there anything I want to recur? I guess we could always try for a retrieval run. Where is it? I know there's one in here. I must be blind. There it is. Get the tapeworm down just to be a saucy a-hole. We're 4-1. Well, 3-1 so far. With this max build. Run ability. Tapeworm. My favorite card. A lot of other people's not favorite card. Yeah, there's no way he purges that. Alright, let's levy. Nice. Vitruvius, probably. See, I don't like the small agendas in a punitive style deck. Now we can get through the brainstorms more easily. He's gonna purge though. No purge. One, two, three, four. Neural EMP. Yeah, we can't have that. Well, we gotta go into server 1. Ah, we may have just lost. Well played, Thomas. So we ended up going 4 and 2, 3 and 2. No, 3 and 1. Yeah, James, you were probably right. I probably should have cleared out that server when I had the opportunity to and gotten rid of the Helheim. But yeah, I think the deck is really solid. And I think I'm going to keep practicing with it and see how I do, because I think it's very flexible, and I think it has very favorable matchups against a lot of things that are popular right now. But yeah, everybody, as always, thank you for taking time out of your Tuesday, yeah, it's Tuesday, to hang out with me. And until I see all of you fine people again, always be running.